All right, what's up everybody? I'm gonna be doing a little bit of screen recording. We went to Boca Grande area and fished. This is the first time I've been up north of the sound. We're usually down here in Sanibel, but we went up north in the sound to check out how the bite's been up there. I haven't been up there in about probably 7 or 8 months, so we went up there. I'm just gonna kind of go through. We didn't catch much fish. I caught a slam. Kyler would have caught a slam, but he missed the only snook that hit. Well, he didn't miss it, he lost it. Well, let me rephrase that. It threw the hook on him. I won't totally blame it on him. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go spot to spot on this and just kind of show you guys what pretty much went on throughout the day and what spots we actually found fish on. Do want to give a special shout out to my subscribers. I think we're at about 140 now. That's pretty good. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and watching my videos and stuff. That's big thanks. But all right, let's jump right into it. We put in down here at Captain Khan's. See if it'll load. Yeah, we put in here Captain Khan's, and we ran out to our first spot out here on the north side of Mondongo. There is a couple of sandbars, a couple of shoals, Patricio's shoal, and I don't even think this one has a name. But if you look real close, it's got these two oyster bar clusters. See if it'll load. It's got this two oyster bar clusters. Now it's really shallow back in here. There's a couple of little holes behind, but we started fishing the back, but I couldn't get to it because it was really shallow. So we came in from the front. It was actually incoming tide, so the tide was slamming against this. And we had the wind kind of coming from a kitty corner, if you could say that, from the current, kind of at 45 degree against the current. So what we got going here is this oyster bed here, and there's actually a lot of grass right here in this outer area, and that snook just ended up being pretty close. Most of the time they sit back here on this little hole. There's like where it transitions from the grass to the sand. It drops off a good little bit, probably about a foot. They usually sit there, but he ended up being much closer to the oyster bar. I actually just got him on a little paddle tail. Our next spot, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch that fight right now. Hope you guys enjoy it. The oyster bar.
It looks like a
What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it does. The hell? I had a mullet. No, I got a snook. Yes, sir. Nice snook. Huh? I knew there was gonna be a snook up here. He's a nice snook too. I knew there would be a snook up here somewhere. Hey, do me a favor. Hang on 1 second. Pop that shallow water anchor in the ground here in a second. Yeah, that's a nice snook, buddy. Got it? Yes, sir. Nice little barely under slot. He's got some big eyes, dude. Look at his eye. Holy shit. Hell yeah, guys. It's a nice snook. There he goes.
You didn't tell me. You just caught him when I've been throwing. I thought you caught him on your new lure.
Nah. Alright, on to the next one. We came here to Mondongo Rocks, and I was looking at this spot the night before, and I've fished this before and never really got anything off it. It just looks kind of bare. I mean, there's one little hole here, but everything else looks kind of bare until you start getting down here, and you start noticing there's more potholes here, couple of bigger ones down here. I did catch a little tiny trout like in the middle right here. He was really dinky, but our better fish came from this spot right here. I actually casted onto this oyster bed. Was a little underwater, and I didn't really realize it was there, and I got hooked onto it. So we trolling motored up to this island, and I hopped out. I had my waders on. I hopped out and made a couple of casts after I freed, and I think it was the first cast, I actually say like, wow, this is a really nice spot. You know, it's got this pothole right here and the oyster beds and a nice cut through, and it just had everything we wanted. There was some bait here, so I made a cast up over towards the cut and was just kind of dragging it back along this other little island and oyster bar, and ended up hooking up with a really nice redfish. That was pretty fun to do, waiting. I didn't expect, I thought it was a snook at first the way he hit, so. And I'll be right back after this fight. Enjoy. Nice snook. It's a redfish, actually. It's a nice red. Wait, the boat's fucking going away from me. Our next fish came from down south here. We were fishing, I want to say we were here. Yeah, it was here. Right on this transition, we got Whoopie Bay. This is actually Usepa Island, and we were fishing this back flat right here, and I actually hooked up with a really nice trout right on the edge of this grass flat. There's a nice channel that goes to these docks, and then that nice trout just happened to be sitting pretty much right here in the salt and pepper grass area. And you know, them trout love that. That was a quick fight, and I didn't actually get him onto the boat. He kind of flipped off the hook right at the side of the boat, so didn't really get him in. I did not notice that's a very nice hole. I'm not even sure if we fished that or not. I think we might have took off right after that trout and might have missed a couple of good fish there. I'm not sure if we fished that. I'll have to check the videos. Our last couple of fish come from Primo Bay. We shot over to Punta Blanca and hit. There's some pilings right here. There's some pilings right here. We hit that. Didn't catch anything. I was expecting a couple of snappers, but we actually didn't catch anything. But we ran over here to Primo Point, and this is where we got into our bigger, or our better redfish anyways, and we actually ran up on these. I'm pretty sure it was this this tree, or this tree. It was this one right here. So it was this two trees. We were just kind of moseying along around here, and we rolled up on, there was 3 redfish sitting outside of this mangrove line. We actually had an outgoing tide. Sorry, we've had an incoming tide for all spots except for this one. This was our outgoing tide spot. You know, the tide's gonna be coming out this way, so I wanted to hit coming from this point and fishing in. Anyways, I saw these 3 redfish here sitting outside the trees, and we kind of spooked them up in. So I said, all right, I know they went up in there. I know I didn't see them dart off. They didn't dart off left or right. They swam slowly right up into the back of this tree. So I said, all right, let's slow down a minute. We'll back off a little bit. We'll grab some. I told my buddy Kyler, he hadn't caught anything really decent all day except for some trout. So I said, you know, take that paddle tail off your jig head and throw a shrimp on, and we'll sit here for a minute, and we'll just kind of wait them out and be patient, see if they swim out again and come back out looking for food and stuff. So we did that, and we waited there for probably about 30 minutes, and which is way longer than I would usually like to, but I knew it was going to be one of our last spots for the day. So I really just wanted to be patient and try to get on a good fish, and it ended up paying off. We doubled up on redfish right here. Kyler was actually hitting his vape, and it wasn't holding his rod, and about lost it in the water. And then as I was motoring off with the trolling motor, I realized I had a bite too. So it was a pretty fun catch. But after that, we hit a couple of spots, but we pretty much took off. Or this Primo point spot was actually really nice. If you really kind of get into the detail of this spot. All right, so you got this nice hole. You can obviously tell that's a nice deeper hole right here, right after this grass flat off the point. It gets deep, and then over here, if you actually look, there's a creek that looks like it goes pretty far up into the marsh, and looks like it's what all this drains out of. So on that outgoing tide, you probably got crabs and shrimp and little bait fish, all the little baits and stuff just coming out of the estuary, and they were probably just sitting back in this deeper hole, waiting for that food to come to them. The tide was still, the tide was high, so we did have a lot of water through here. So I don't think they were really stuck here in this hole, but they were definitely hanging out there. Anyways, that's this week's video, or this month's video. It's been a while since we've been able to get out with all the rain and stuff, and that storm that came by really swamped us out. So, but hope you guys enjoyed this, and hope it helps you catch some fish. And if you're a local and you're watching, I hope to see you out there catching fish in one of the spots I pointed out for you. Maybe you passed up that spot before and you said, nah, that doesn't look good, and then, you know, maybe it was good. All right, guys, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.